The galaxy had fought wars for thousands of years. Fleets had burned stars and cracked moons. Empires rose and fell on the strength of their ships. But no one ever planned for what happened next. It started quietly. One cruiser lost power near a dead system. Then another fleet carrier failed during a routine jump. Engines stalled, shields flickered, weapons went dark. Alien commanders blamed bad luck or sabotage, but the failures kept spreading. Soon entire armadas were drifting in space. Advanced ships built with perfect systems had one flaw. When something broke, it could not be fixed easily. Alien technology was strong but fragile. It was made to work perfectly or not at all. In the outer regions of the galaxy, panic began to grow. Supply lines collapsed. Patrol fleets sent distress calls they never expected to send. Alien leaders gathered in secret councils. They argued and blamed each other. No one wanted to speak the truth. Humans. For centuries, humans were seen as weak. Their ships looked ugly and old. Their stations were loud and crowded. Their tools were simple and manual. Aliens laughed at human engineers. They said humans lacked elegance and precision. But humans survived every disaster. Far from the core worlds, human repair docks floated in neutral space. They were massive, ugly structures filled with noise and light. Welding sparks flew constantly. Machines were rebuilt instead of replaced. Nothing was wasted. Everything was fixed. When the first alien ship arrived, it did so in silence. Its engines barely worked. Its captain refused to send a greeting. The ship simply waited. Human dock control noticed it immediately. No alarms were raised. No weapons were powered. A simple message was sent. We can help. The alien crew hesitated. Asking humans for help felt like surrender. But their ship could not move. Their oxygen was failing. They had no choice. Human engineers boarded the vessel. They did not stare in awe. They did not mock alien design. They simply worked. They opened panels, rerouted power, replaced damaged parts with modified human components. Nothing was perfect, but everything worked. Within hours, the alien ship came back to life. Engines burned steady. Shields held strong. Systems ran smoother than before. The alien captain did not understand. Human tools were basic. Their technology was old. Yet the ship worked. Word spread fast. Another ship arrived. Then another. Soon a small line formed outside the human dock. Some ships arrived openly. Others came in secret. All of them broken. Human crews never asked who they were. Friend or enemy did not matter. If it was broken, they fixed it. Alien observers watched from a distance. They recorded everything. Humans did not follow strict blueprints. They adapted. They changed designs mid-repair. They used logic, not pride. An alien scientist whispered a dangerous thought. Human ships are built to fail and survive. As more fleets arrived, the truth became impossible to hide. The galaxy depended on human repair docks. Without them, entire empires would collapse. In a dark chamber, far away, a galactic council began to meet. Leaders looked at reports with growing fear. Human docks were not weapons. They were something worse. They were essential, and humanity did not even seem to notice. Part 1 ends here. The line outside the human repair dock kept growing. Ships from different empires waited side by side. Old enemies floated in silence, only meters apart. No weapons were charged. No shields were raised. Everyone was afraid to break the fragile peace. Inside the dock, humans moved with calm purpose. They did not rush. They did not panic. Each engineer treated every ship the same. Broken systems were opened. Damaged cores were cooled. Power lines were rebuilt by hand. Alien crews watched closely. They expected mistakes. They expected chaos. But what they saw confused them. Humans talked while they worked. They joked. They argued. They shared food. Yet their hands never stopped moving. An alien commander whispered to his crew, "How can they be so relaxed? They are fixing our warship." The answer came slowly. Humans had lived with failure for centuries. Their world broke often. Their machines failed. Their cities flooded, burned, and collapsed. So humans learned to repair everything. In one bay, a massive alien carrier lay open. Its core was cracked beyond alien repair. Their own engineers had declared it dead. Scrap it, they said. Build a new one. The human-led engineer shook his head. Nothing is dead until we try. They cut away damaged layers. They rebuilt supports with mixed metals. Human alloys, alien alloys, anything that fit. It was not beautiful, but it was strong. When power flowed again, the carrier did not just wake. It adapted. Systems adjusted to damage automatically. Alien sensors showed something impossible. The ship had learned. Alien scientists froze. Their technology did not learn. It obeyed rules. Human repairs ignored rules. Outside the dock, a new ship arrived. Its markings were forbidden. It belonged to an enemy empire, one known for destroying human colonies in the past. Docking control went silent. Human security teams watched closely, but no alarm sounded. Permission granted came the calm human response. The enemy ship docked. Its hull burned. Its crew wounded. They waited for anger, for revenge. None came. Human medics helped the injured. Engineers fixed the ship. No one asked questions. An alien officer finally spoke. Why do you help us? The human engineer replied simply, because you're broken. That moment sent fear through the watching fleets. Humans did not see enemies. They saw problems. Reports began flooding the galactic networks. Human docks restore ships faster than factories. Human repairs improve performance. Human engineers do not care who you are. Some alien leaders panicked. If humans controlled repair, they controlled survival. Quietly orders were sent. Observe the humans. Learn their methods. Find their weakness. But there was a problem. There was no single method. Humans changed their approach every time. They adapted to each ship, each failure, each mistake. They welcomed mistakes. A young alien observer recorded a final note. Human strength is not power. It is flexibility. Deep inside the dock, a human worker looked out at the waiting fleets. He did not see fear or politics. He saw work. More ships were coming, and humans were ready. Far away, the Galactic Council watched the live feed. The room felt colder. One truth became clear. If humans ever stopped repairing, the galaxy would fall silent, and no one knew how to stop needing them. The Galactic Council chamber was silent. No voices echoed. No translators hummed. Dozens of alien leaders sat frozen in their seats. At the center of the chamber, a single human stood, still calm, still waiting. Outside the massive window, behind him, a human warship drifted slowly, its hull dark and scarred, its engines glowing steady. Around it, smaller escort ships moved like silent guards. The aliens did not look at the human. They looked at the ships. For the first time in galactic history, power was not announced. It was shown. The council had gathered to discuss the repair crisis, but the meeting had already changed. No one spoke about broken fleets anymore. They spoke about dependence. An elder alien finally broke the silence. Humans, your docks repair what our worlds cannot. Why? The human did not answer immediately. He looked at the stars, then at the damaged alien ships visible far away. Because everything breaks, he said, and we learn to live with that. The words spread unease through the chamber. Alien technology was perfect, or so they believed. Their ships were designed to never fail. But when they did, failure was total. Humans had never trusted perfection. Centuries ago, their ships broke in storms. Their machines failed in war. Their cities fell to nature. So humans built everything knowing it would one day fail. That was their secret. In a nearby system, an alien fleet tried to leave human space. Their repairs were complete, but something unexpected happened. The fleet commander ordered full power. The engines responded, faster than before, stronger than before. Human repairs had not restored the ships. They had improved them. The fleet returned immediately. Confusion turned to fear. Alien scientists tore through the repair logs. They found no forbidden upgrades, no hidden weapons, just changes, simple changes. Humans had adjusted tolerances, removed unnecessary limits, allowed systems to adapt. Alien technology followed strict rules. Human technology bent rules. Back in the council chamber, the truth began to form. Humans were not just repairers. They were problem solvers. An alien general stood suddenly. If humans can improve our ships, they can control them. The chamber stirred. Fear rippled across different species. The human raised one hand. Silence returned. "We do not control," he said. "We support." Another alien asked the question no one wanted to ask. What happens if humans stop? The answer did not come from a human. It came from a silence. Everyone already knew. Without human docks, fleets would decay. Empires would weaken. Supply lines would collapse. War would become impossible. Peace would become impossible. Humanity was now part of every decision. Far from the council, a human dock worker tightened a bolt. He wiped sweat from his face. Another ship arrived. Another job began. He had no idea that empires argued over his work. At another dock, a human engineer trained an alien apprentice, showing how to listen to a failing engine. Not read it. Listen. The alien struggled, but slowly began to understand. Humans did not fight machines. They cooperated with them. Reports reached the council. Human docks were training aliens, sharing knowledge freely. Panic spread. If humans taught others, dependence would end. But something worse happened. Aliens could not copy human thinking. They could follow instructions, but not instinct. They waited for rules. Humans made decisions. A council member whispered, "Their strength is not their tools. It is their mindset." Outside the chamber, the human warship shifted position. A silent reminder. Humans had no desire to rule, but they were already central. The galaxy had not chosen humans as leaders. It had chosen them as necessary. And necessity was stronger than fear. The council session ended without resolution. No threats were made. No treaty signed. But every alien left with the same understanding. The future of the galaxy passed through human hands, and humans were still repairing ships. The galaxy did not change in one loud moment. It changed quietly, slowly, through waiting ships and silent agreements. After the council meeting, something new began. Alien fleets no longer came only when broken. They came early, before failure, before disaster. Human repair docks became crowded, not with panic, but with planning. Alien commanders requested inspections. Alien engineers asked questions. They wanted to understand. But humans did not give lessons. They gave experience. Inside the docks, a strange order formed. Ships were grouped by need, not by empire. Former enemies shared space, shared tools, shared silence. Tension stayed high. Weapons remained powered down. But fear shifted. It was no longer fear of attack. It was fear of loss. Some alien leaders saw the danger early. If humanity controlled repair, humanity controlled time. Who could move? Who must wait? A quiet plan was formed. Deep in alien space, a new facility was built. A perfect repair station, designed by the best alien minds, powered by flawless systems. It failed within days. A minor fault spread through the station. Systems locked. Tools froze. No one knew how to respond. They called humans. Human engineers arrived. Not impressed. Not surprised. They fixed the station. Then warned them. Perfection breaks harder. That message spread faster than any fleet. Still, some refused to accept it. An alien empire decided to act. They cut access to human docks. They declared independence from human repair. Their fleets launched. Confident. Proud. 3 weeks later, distress signals began. Engines overheated. Cooling systems failed. Shields degraded slowly. One by one, ships stopped responding. Human docks received the signals. Humans listened. They did not rush. Not because they did not care, but because they understood something the aliens did not. Timing mattered. When humans finally arrived, they worked day and night. They saved what they could. But losses were heavy. The empire collapsed soon after. The galaxy watched in silence. After that, no one doubted anymore. Human repair docks were not power centers. They were balance points. Some humans began to worry. They never wanted this role. Human leaders met quietly. They debated closing the docks, limiting access, protecting themselves. But dock workers spoke first. If we stop helping, everything burns. That ended the debate. Humans chose responsibility. With that choice came a new danger. An unknown signal appeared near a distant dock. Not a distress call, not a greeting, a warning. Alien intelligence detected sabotage. Someone was testing the docks, probing security, learning schedules. The galaxy held its breath. If human docks fell, everything fell. Humans responded differently than expected. They did not fortify. They did not hide. They adapted. Docks were redesigned overnight. Systems became modular. Parts were moved. Nothing stayed fixed. Attack plans became useless. A shadow fleet approached one dock, expecting weakness. They found none. Human engineers continued working. Even as alarms sounded, security teams did not chase. They isolated. They contained. The attackers retreated, confused, frustrated. The message was clear. You cannot cripple something that is built to change. After that incident, trust deepened. Fear remained, but now it was mixed with respect. Alien fleets waited patiently. Human docks glowed steadily. Far away, the Council received the final report. Humanity was no longer a helper, not a leader, not a ruler. Humanity was the foundation. And foundations do not threaten. They support. The galaxy began to breathe differently. Movement slowed. Voices softened. Everyone listened. Human repair docks were no longer just places. They became moments. A pause before disaster. A chance before collapse. Alien fleets arrived not only for repair, but for guidance. They waited. They watched. They learned. Humans never held councils for them. Never gave speeches. They worked. That was what unsettled the galaxy most. No declarations. No demands. No flags. Just steady hands. An alien observer spent weeks inside a dock, watching humans solve problems. He noticed something strange. Humans argued constantly. They disagreed loudly. But the work never stopped. They trusted the process, not authority. When one plan failed, another replaced it instantly. No shame, no fear. Failure was expected. The observer sent his report. Humans do not avoid failure. They invite it. This idea shook the council. Alien societies punished failure. They hid mistakes. They erased weakness. Humans studied it. The truth slowly surfaced. Humanity had survived not because they were strongest, but because they adapted fastest. In a distant system, a massive alien flagship broke down. Its captain requested only human engineers. Not parts, not tools. Humans arrived. They listened to the ship. Literally, they placed hands on the hull, felt vibrations, heard irregular rhythms. They found the problem in minutes. The ship was tired. Alien crews did not understand. Ships did not feel. Humans explained simply. Machines age. They carry stress. They need rest. The flagship was stabilized. But the lesson spread. Human thinking treated machines like living things. This frightened many. If humans understood machines this deeply, what else did they understand? Whispers began. What if humans could listen to us too? Trust and fear grew together. Some alien leaders demanded control. They asked for access to human repair codes. Human leaders refused, not out of secrecy, but because there were no codes. There was no master system, no central command. Every dock was different, every solution unique. Control was impossible. That was the final barrier. The galaxy realized humanity could not be owned, could not be replaced, could not be copied. A hidden meeting was called, not by humans, by the galaxy itself. Representatives gathered in neutral space. No human leaders attended. They spoke honestly. Without humans we fall. With humans we depend. What do we choose? Silence followed. Then one voice answered. We choose survival. The decision was made. Not written, not signed, but felt. Human docks will be protected, not ruled, not restricted. Attacking them would be seen as attacking everyone. The galaxy quietly aligned. Humans noticed none of this. At a dock, a human worker fixed a damaged panel. He hummed. He thought about dinner, about home. Above him, an alien fleet waited patiently. They did not rush. They trusted the process. For the first time in history, the galaxy waited for humans. Not out of fear, but because waiting worked. Faraway sensors detected a new threat. Unknown ships. Unknown design. The galaxy turned its eyes toward human space. Not asking for protection, but hoping. Because the galaxy now understood something important. When the unknown arrived, when the perfect plan failed, when everything broke, humans would still be there, fixing what mattered. The unknown ships arrived without warning. No signals, no formation, no recognizable design. They drifted at the edge of known space. Watching, alien sensors failed to read them. Human sensors gave incomplete data. Nothing matched. Fear spread fast. Fleets pulled back. Worlds raised shields. Supply lines froze. The galaxy waited for orders. None came. Instead, all eyes turned to human repair docks. Not for weapons. Not for fleets. For answers. Humans studied the unknown ships calmly. They did not panic. They did not assume. They observed. Human engineers compared data. Shared guesses. Tested theories. One human noticed something others missed. The unknown ships were damaged. Not broken, but strained. Their movements were uneven. Their energy output unstable. They were not scouts. They were survivors. The galaxy did not believe it. Why would survivors enter hostile space? Humans answered quietly. Because they needed help. A single human repair dock moved forward. Unarmed. Unguarded. Alien leaders protested. This was madness. Humans ignored them. A message was sent. Simple. Direct. We can help. The unknown ships responded slowly. Their signal was weak. Fragmented. They accepted. The first contact did not happen with diplomats or soldiers. It happened with engineers. Humans approached the unknown vessel, opened its hull carefully. The design was strange, but familiar. Layers of reinforcement. Redundant systems. Patched repairs. Someone else had been fixing things the human way. Inside the ship, the crew was exhausted. Different. Alien. But scared. They had fled a dying region. Their technology powerful. But brittle. They had lost dock after dock. Civilizations after civilization. Until only movement remained. Humans worked without judgment. Without fear. They stabilized systems. Shared tools. Shared space. Alien observers watched in shock. Humans did not ask who you are, only what is broken. As the unknown ship recovered, its crew learned something terrifying. Humans were not unique. They were rare. Few species survived long enough to learn repair. Most burned bright, then vanished. Humans endured. The unknown threat faded. Not through war, but repair. Soon more ships arrived. Not hostile, but hopeful. The galaxy changed again, this time openly. The council met one final time. Humans were invited, but they declined. We have work, they said. The council decided without them. Human repair docks would become the heart of the galaxy. Open, protected, shared, not as rulers, not as gods, as caretakers. History recorded the moment differently. It did not mark a war or a treaty. It marked the day survival chose humanity. Far from politics, a human dock worker finished a repair. He leaned back, looked at the stars. He did not know the galaxy depended on him. He only knew something worked again, and that was enough. The galaxy moved on, not faster, not stronger, but together.